I had a whole year where I really just didn't want to live. I just frequently would cry and not want to live. But since the mushrooms, it's like, oh wow, this is a really amazing experience. I've been to a lot of therapy in my life. What the mushrooms brought out had never come out in my therapy sessions with anyone. Yeah, my name is Deidra and I live in Santa Cruz. I had not used any psychedelics until recently, like about 3 months ago. I had a friend recommend like psilocybin mushrooms to me. And so I did go up to Side Door and become a member and get Loving Teacher mushrooms for my first experience. I had some really happy, lighthearted, incredible experiences the first couple of times I used mushrooms. But it amazed me. I had a mushroom experience where in the 3 or 4 hours that I was on that trip, I had things come out that I didn't realize were bothering me. They showed me that when I was little, I was with my dad, who was a veterinarian. And from the time I was an infant until I was an adult, I was with him all the time. Like I went with him on calls, I was with him at his clinic, I helped him a lot, and I witnessed a lot. And I didn't forget any of these memories, but the mushroom showed me these memories were bothering me, and that I had experienced as a very young child witnessing a lot of suffering and pain of animals, and I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah, so really I had like frozen that in my subconscious, I think, frozen it in my psyche. It was as if it was all there. I still had all the memories. I could remember many different scenarios, but it was like it was overlaid with a blanket and I wasn't looking at it. But in this mushroom trip, it was almost like I had a therapist with me who actually knew everything that happened in my life. And so it just laid it out very gently and was extremely empathetic. Like, this is bothering you. This is part of the reason you feel sad a lot with no explanation. This is part of the reason you feel like dying with no reason. So in that time, I just saw myself as that little child witnessing lots of things happen to animals at my dad's hands. Things you see in documentaries, dehorning, and this is animals not getting anesthesia and they're in pain. And I'm just standing there watching this from the time I was tiny. And no one helped me process it. No one knew that it was a problem. So in that 3 or 4 hour trip, I processed it. Like, it feels like they said, this is a problem for you. It's bothering you. And it's like it all thawed out. It was frozen in there, but it all thawed out, and I was able to just weep and grieve and cry and just hit my bed and just feel all the feelings that I needed to feel about it, the injustice, the pain that I witnessed. That one session did more for me than all the talk therapy I've ever had. And I can't imagine that a therapist would ever tap into what was tapped into in that mushroom session, because nobody knows my childhood and stuff unless I bring it out. But the mushroom showed me it is a problem and it's hurting you. So in that way, it's like you have a therapist who's just witnessed your whole life and is able to say, okay, let's deal with this now. My overall experience has been these mushrooms, the plant medicine, helps me access things that were almost kind of locked up. And I would say now one of the biggest changes I've seen since that trip is I don't want to die anymore. My trips have shown me that I'm the creator of my own experience. I'm the creator of my joy. I'm the creator of the grief that I feel. Like, it's all coming out of me. So sometimes we like to project our issues on other people and say, it's because he's doing this that I feel so bad, you know, or it's because he's loving me that I feel so good. But I was lying there by myself, feeling loved and feeling joyous and feeling happy. It had nothing to do with anyone else. There is hope. Things can change. Things can always get better. This is not the end of the story. And you can write your story and it can become much better.